Namaste foodies, I'm Priyanka Naik. I was born and raised in New York City by Indian immigrant parents, and for me, food isn't just what's on the plate. It's identity, it's ritual, and it's how we say I love you without actually saying it. Classic Indian parents, right? Growing up, my parents would drag me and my sisters to the Hindu temple. I'd half understand the prayer, but fully understand what came after. A feast at the temple canteen. We're talking dosas, vadas, sambar, and so much more. Those lunches were basically my childhood version of Disneyland. You see, Indian cuisine is a galaxy of flavors, histories, and regional styles, far, far beyond just butter chicken. And in this episode of My Go-To, it's my turn to show you my favorite Indian food hotspots right here in New York City. We're about to hit up some of the hottest chefs in town, both in name and flavor.
I love to use mango in all the different forms.
All the juices from the grass, and it gives a lot of flavor.
Plus, we're catching up with the fellow Indian American who's shifting the mainstream narrative of our culture.
I just remember the times where I felt alone or I felt unseen.
So come along and I'll show you what home tastes like. My love for cooking runs deep. I'm a self-taught eco-chef and a total travel enthusiast. I pretty much weave my Indian culture and all of my wild travel experiences into everything I do, from sustainable recipes and low-waste cooking to my love for eco-fashion, surprisingly bad movies, dramatic reality shows, and of course, my signature bright lipstick and bold red glasses. But honestly, what I love the most is sharing my culture and giving you an inside look into the vast and rich fabric of the Indian culinary world. So let's kick things off at a restaurant that's got the online world buzzing. And lucky for you, I'm meeting up with the brilliant Versha Sharma, editor-in-chief at Teen Vogue at this very spot. We're going to dive into our upbringing and what it's like to be Indian American.
As a South Asian, what it was like growing up in the South.
I mean, it was incredibly unique. What I love about my parents and what I really appreciated about them is that they really intentionally built a community with other Indian and South Asian immigrants who were in the area or nearby. And so I always felt like I grew up embracing my culture and embracing my Indian heritage. Then you'd go to school, and I went to public school, and you'd be, maybe the only Indian kid in the class or one of a handful. And there were times where I definitely experienced discrimination. So it was a mixed bag, but it all shaped who I am, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Your upbringing in Louisiana, it's not too far off from mine in Staten Island, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because I grew up in what is supposed to be one of the biggest cities in the world. There was a lot of discrimination and racism we faced, and I'm the youngest of three. We're all women, and we're also Hindu, and we spoke our native language of Kannada before we spoke English. We had thick Indian accents actually, which almost didn't help our case in that sort of community. You can try to assimilate into American culture and be, quote unquote, very white. Or the other is you actually embrace your culture because you seek comfort in it and it feels like home. So I kind of took that path.
I have an interesting story that's kind of the opposite, where my sister spent a lot of time in India when she was younger. She came back speaking Hindi. She would go to preschool or kindergarten and speak Hindi, and the other kids would make fun of her. And my parents made the decision to only teach me English. And they did that because they thought assimilation was the right way to go. What ended up happening is I got older and I'm like, I really wish I knew Hindi. And I'm trying to learn, and I know some, and I'm getting better, but it's interesting how those choices affect us and can affect us for lives.
I feel like our culture can many times be appropriated, or there's not enough credit being given, the Scandinavian shawl or whatever, or even instances at the Met Gala.
Recently, a viral video of the legendary Shah Rukh Khan not being recognized at the Met Gala has sparked outrage online, with people criticizing the host's apparent ignorance of one of the world's biggest movie stars.
What? That's insane.
I don't blame those interviewers. I feel like they should have been better prepped. Editor-in-chief of Teen Vogue, I was like, why didn't you put me in there? I would have done it. Like, this is a man I grew up with, and he was like my first celebrity crush. He was so many things to me and all of us growing up, right? But I think exactly moments like that show why we have to continue speaking up and educating people.
Honestly, I feel like I could talk to Versha forever. It's so nice to connect with someone who truly embodies the values of uplifting our culture. And naturally, I had to show off my cookbook, proudly nestled on a bookshelf here at Bungalow.
I recognize that author name. What is it? The Modern Tiffin?
The Modern Tiffin, yeah.
Hi, nice to see you.
I'm looking so beautiful. Should I have dressed up?
No, you look perfect.
The Michelin-starred celebrity chef needs no introduction. Born with the physical challenge in India, he found solace and purpose in his nani's kitchen, eventually moving to America to pursue his culinary dreams. The rest is history. Today, he's hosted multiple TV shows, cooked for the Obamas, and even directed a feature film. Talk about an overachieving Asian kid. His mom must be beyond proud.
As you enter Bungalow,
Yes.
so I want my sister to look at everyone.
That's very
So
sweet.
this was her dream.
Oh.
So I feel that she's watching it all the guests.
What's your sister's name?
Radhika.
Radhika.
We sprinkle 4 drops of Ganga Jal, which is the sacred water from river Ganges, on both the sides. River Ganga symbolizes continuity of our civilization, a very important sacred space for all people who are born and raised in India. My grandmom was extremely ritualistic. Every single morning at 6 o'clock, she'll go to the garden and pluck in 1 or 2 flowers. Most of the time, she'll pick up what had fallen on the ground. And before she started cooking, she would pray. She's the one who introduced me to the rituals of India. I feel it's important for me to connect to second and third generation of kids or people in diaspora who've left home, just like me.
In 2022, his sister Vikas Khanna passed away. He continues to honor her memory in this special place.
The last ritual which I do before I go to the kitchen, I put 1 flower in front of my sister's picture. So I feel that this was her dream, and every single day I'm keeping her dream alive. She was my whole family. She was just like my twin, second half of me. And she was the one who would give me big ideas, from winning the Michelin stars to being rated in the world and putting Indian cuisine on the map. She was always behind me.
Chef Vikas's spirituality isn't just in his rituals, it's woven into every single dish he creates. So let's head to his cooking demo and try to steal some of his culinary magic.
What we do is we're going to season the water.
Okay.
This is fennel powder.
Oh.
So I love to use a lot of flavors, just like invisible taste profiles which go into this. Lemon and lime. You can squeeze each of, yes, because they all have different citrus taste. But when combined together, they turn almost something into floral. And we're going to add little flavors to it. I'm quickly going to get salt.
Oh.
Chaat masala.
Coriander and cumin, some of my mom's favorites. She always uses those.
It's very generic Indian cooking. Our sweet potatoes, which are going to be placed in the water. You're going to boil them. This is the very simple dressing which will go on top of it. We'll just brush it. So we keep it so light. You see, there's no oil which is a part of this dish. So that sweet potato chaat you have in the streets of Delhi as you're driving through Delhi or Punjab or North India during fall or winters, they give you a small bowl with a little toothpick and you can just keep biting on it.
Yeah.
Nature did it. We have no contribution in this. There's a drink called Aam Panna, which means panna could be anything, a drink which has a lot of flavors.
It's getting that circle just right.
Just right. Once we're going to place the sweet potatoes in it. But what we do here is we're going to place it all over and then we're going to just play with it. Just enough.
So these are border control.
You see how amazing we figured out a technique. Nobody's wasting them, nobody's doing anything. It's just as simple as that. In
Very
like
cute.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
And we place our sweet potatoes right in the middle. Odd is always a good number for plating. So we have this fried yam. So what we do is that we place it right here in the middle. The multiple layers.
In combination, it's so good.
It's very hearty and refreshing at the same time because of this. What did you call the mango pulp thing again?
Aam Panna.
Panna.
So the purple potato is very moist, but still has really great texture and bite to it. And with the combination with the ampana, there's a little bit of tanginess.
Yeah.
And then the crispiness with the ashwagandha pearls. It's really good. I love foods that are texturally variant, and this is amazing because you have a little bit of the softness, the hardiness, and the crisp.
And the crunchiness, yeah. It's delicious.
That smoked sweet potato chaat is absolutely mind-blowing. After tasting, Versha and I sit down with Chef Vikas to continue our discussion.
Can you tell us the reason why you created Bungalow?
It was my sister's dream, and she would always say that it's easy to open a restaurant, it's hard to make a home.
And is that why you named it Bungalow?
Bungalow means a home, and so I feel it's restaurant part is easy, but making half of the planet believe this is home for your culture, your cuisine, for heritage, a place which honors the ancestors, that takes a much more depth, not the size of the space, but the depth of the space.
Something that I always feel when I come here is that it does really remind me of India. How did you think about what you wanted to include in this space to make it feel that way?
The metamorphosis of Indian cuisine started happening from East Village. People who used to be condescendingly sometimes use the word Sixth Street restaurant, which was all the Indian rows of restaurants. Because I have to pass by that every single day. It reminds me that these are the shoulders I'm standing on. These are the people who laid the foundation ground. I'm passing by them. I have a responsibility to elevate it. I have a responsibility to showcase that. That I'm part of that continuity of that chain of Indian cuisine, what it is today. They're custodians of this cuisine, from the street vendors to mothers to fathers to families to chefs to restaurants. They're institutions for protection and celebration of this cuisine.
I feel like you are like the Shah Rukh Khan of the culinary world. Like you are a global superstar in the culinary world, especially representing.
Don't compare me to Shah Rukh Khan.
for chefs. Like,
I am mortal, that's immortal.
No, I really do. I personally feel that way. You could have opened restaurants anywhere else in the world, but you chose here. So
New York broke my heart. If you ever read Rumi, he says that only the broken heart has the power to find a way to give light. New York does that to you. I feel that if the New York, you can make it Indian cuisine, what we call chic. It's just because with the restaurant you also made the statement of pride that this cuisine is enough. We don't need hyphenation, we don't need American Indian, we don't need modern, molecular, French, Italian, Latin hyphenated Indian. We need Indian. It's whole by herself. She's beautiful in its intricacies, simplicity and complexities. So people won't even notice all these detailed work which goes and happens here. But the smell, the architecture, the flavors, the sense of India should be in every breath of Bungalow.
Family is obviously so important to you and all of us. It's part of our culture, right? Your sister was the inspiration. She's looking out at front. Where else can we find traces of her in the restaurant?
Everywhere. She saved a lot of money. She used to work for a restaurant as a busboy. She has saved a lot of money to take me to a very fine dining restaurant. She had planned this, that on my birthday the chef is going to come and say hello to me, and the chef refused to come out and said, I only come out when it's a tasting menu. If you do a la carte, I don't come out. And that really broke her heart. And she says, you know, I just failed, I feel. So in the last part of her life, she says, do you remember that whole thing? I forgot how much Bill was. I never forgot how he made me feel. That, I hope at our restaurant, we elevate people. Namaskar, how are you? So nice to meet you. Hi, how are you? Hi, good evening. Yeah, God, welcome, thank you. We tell them that you brought your parents, they're visiting you first time, first salary. I'm a part of this. I'm honored. Let me celebrate this with you. So every time I do that, I feel that I keep my promise. It's exhausting, I'm going to be honest.
It's amazing.
I'm not young, but I promised her till the last day of me being in this business, I'll do it to every little kid who brings their parents. Magic happens to those who believe in it. I believed in this magic, and I feel that transcends through our culture, that family is everything.
Yeah.
Chef Vikas is truly a philosopher with the chef's hat, and he's opened the door for so many other Indian chefs in this city. One of them is Chef Vijay Kumar at Semma, whom I'm going to visit next.
speaking of Chef Vijay, actually, I am going to go meet with him at Semma.
Love him.
How would you describe his food and his style of cooking?
He's much younger than me, first of all. I think he's half my age.
You could never tell.
Yeah. Brown don't crack.
I feel that what Vijay has done is so necessary.
How are you?
I feel that we are breaking through the mass subcontinent cuisine of presentation of diversity and everything. But we wanted a leader to come to show the diversity and celebrate diversity of South Indian food. He brought on the table that honor of his roots, and so unapologetically. And that is where the transition started happening. When we were looking less for an external validation, we were looking more for honoring the cuisine. Because I feel that whitewashing and all these statements, you find a bottomless restaurant and cuisine where it doesn't belong to anyone. You alienate it from the people it belongs to, and the Western people do not understand what are we eating. I'm in love, and I know how hard it is. Only the person who's walked that road knows how hard it is to get that Michelin star. And I remember when they received it, I was in India and we are on a video call and I'm crying like a child because after me nobody got it, and I'm like, oh my God, we broke the code.
Yeah.
It was important that validation was necessary for authentic cuisine.
Gosh, that chat with Chef Vikas was so enlightening. I am truly inspired. After saying bye to Versha, I'm heading straight to Semma. This place was just rated the best restaurant in New York City by the New York Times in 2025, and Chef Vijay Kumar himself won the 2025 James Beard Award for the best chef in New York State.
And it's truly a blessed moment. We always been working hard. Now we had to work harder.
People are literally lining up an hour ahead every day just for a taste of his food.
Hello, how are you? Welcome. Yeah. Definitely India feels really proud. I feel like I'm a son of India right now. I think it's a huge responsibility. Like I think we got to keep pushing harder and harder.
So Chef, I was just with Chef Vikas at Bungalow and he was singing your praises. What do you think about Chef Vikas, and more importantly, what do you think about his food and how does it differentiate from your style of cooking?
He's one of the sweetest and nicest person on the planet. He's already representing a lot with Indian cuisine and Indian food, and I think collectively we all trying to like showcase or bring the regional Southern Indian cuisine to the limelight.
What does Semma mean?
It's actually the real pronunciation is Semma, not
Semma.
Semma. Yeah, Semma means in Tamil in the slang it means it's fantastic, beautiful, excellent, superb.
Did you ever think that taking your heritage and these specific recipes that are clearly generational for you and your family and bringing it to New York would earn you a Michelin star?
Not even one single percentage that I thought I would get a Michelin star for the humble food that what we were eating back home.
Your food looks like art. It's extremely elevated. What inspired you to do that versus serving it the way you would eat it at home?
Right. The food is a humble food. Definitely we don't want to give away authenticity. We want to be like completely true to ourselves in terms of spices, spicy, like everything, just like how we cook back home. But if you ask me, can your food be beautiful? Why not? Why can't my food be beautiful when other cuisines, I mean, like they make all the food beautiful,
Having eaten maybe thousands upon thousands of dosas now in my life, it could be served like a half moon shape, it could be served like a cylinder, it could be served like a top cone, it could be served like a flat triangle like yours. Like what goes into choosing like this is the way we want to present this dish?
Like number one, it has to look presentable. Number two, also New York weather. We all know how the New York weather is. It can go either so hot or cold. So a dosa has to be eaten when it's really hot, and the texture can changes rapidly, like if they're going to sit there for a couple of minutes. So we want to make sure it holds the temperature, for at least like till they take a few bites or something. If you fold them in a triangle, it's going to hold the temperature a little more longer than usual. So that's one of the idea also.
See, and that's why I wanted to ask that, because I think many times people may not realize that there is a lot of science and purpose, especially in Indian cooking, in the way we ferment things and the way we spice things and cook, and I feel like a lot of that comes alive in your dishes.
We're just going to cook in a flat top griddle. No, not in the oven, okay, sorry.
Okay, enough talking. Let's head into the kitchen and see how the magic is done.
I'm just going to check the temperature. I'm just going to sprinkle some water. See, it's hot enough. Because you
sounds hot.
Yeah, you need to have a right amount of temperature. So I'm just checking it. There you go.
It's not even cooked and I'm salivating. It's our spicy fairy dust. So can you tell us what is in your gunpowder?
So it's pretty much like a ground lentils and spices.
Okay.
So ground lentil, chilies, curry leaves, yeah.
So it's protein on protein. So you have curry leaves, right?
Yeah, curry leaves and
Black mustard seed.
yeah, you got almost other recipes now.
I'm gonna write down the recipes.
All right, you see how this little brown on the side? That means it's almost done.
So it's ready to fold, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. I really do wish you guys had smell-o-vision because it smells so good.
To just make the batter, like we had to soak the rice and lentils overnight. So it's about 48 hours process.
Yeah.
So it's a very labor-intensive dish. Even though it looks simple,
I
or
know. Okay, let's see this folding technique. Beautiful. Perfect triangle. And this is how you learn geometry, guys.
There you go. It's
Gorgeous.
nervous.
The gunpowder is delicately spiced. It's
Not overly spicy. Exactly.
Overpowering. And the ghee you put on top really brings out all of the flavors. It's so tasty.
Thank you.
It's almost as good as my mom's.
Oh, thank you. That's a big compliment, actually. Because not everyone can replicate mom. So I'm so glad that I'm so close to your mom. So
I have to try the chutney.
The coconut chutney adds this beautiful, sweet creaminess to the dosa, while the tomato chutney makes it taste fresh and hearty. I love how the different flavors generate such distinct, comforting feelings. I can see why this is rated the best restaurant in New York City. No questions about the food, it speaks for itself. But I do have one last question for the chef.
When people come to Semma,
Semma.
what do you want their takeaway to be?
We want people to understand that is beyond butter chicken. There's a lot other dishes are existed in India. Chef Chinta and Rani, they already paved the way for the regional Indian cuisine. It actually gave me a confidence to cook the food unapologetically.
After wrapping up with Chef Vijay, I can't help but feel so incredibly proud of these Indian chefs who are taking the city by storm, letting New Yorkers truly experience the vast, deep, and incredibly diverse world of Indian cuisines. And that's a wrap. If you want to learn more about Indian cooking and all things delicious, then make sure to follow me on Instagram at Chef Priyanka and to follow and subscribe to Localish. See you next time.